Picture this. You're alone on a quiet walk and a familiar dialogue begins to unfold in your mind. One part of you replays an embarrassing moment from last week, while another voice chimes in with advice or reassurance. This silent interplay, the constant chatter of our inner voice, is something we all know intimately. Sometimes a helpful companion, sometimes a harsh critic. The inner voice is as mysterious as it is persistent. But where does it come from? And on a deeper level, how does it differ from the wisdom of the soul? Let's embark on a journey to understand the origins of the inner voice, its functions, and how it connects or contrasts with the higher self. The inner voice is like a mirror reflecting our past and present selves, shaped by experiences that began before we even realized they were influencing us. Think of it as an internal narrator piecing together a life story using scraps of dialogue and lessons from those around us. As infants and young children, our thoughts are simple and external. Children often talk to themselves aloud, a process developmental psychologists call private speech. Imagine a toddler building a block tower, narrating, "This goes here, that goes there." Over time, this external chatter turns inward, becoming a silent guide. What we internalize during this stage is heavily influenced by the voices of our caregivers, siblings, teachers, and friends. If those early voices were kind and encouraging, our inner dialogue may echo that kindness. But if the voices we heard were critical or dismissive, we might find our inner voice mimicking those harsh tones. It's as though the external world hands us a script, and we subconsciously adopt it as our own. By adolescence, our private speech has fully evolved into inner speech, a more sophisticated, silent form of self-talk. This internal monologue becomes a tool for reflection, problem-solving, and self-regulation. It's like an ever-present coach, sometimes shouting directions from the sidelines, other times whispering doubts that halt us mid-stride. The inner voice is more than just chatter. It's a Swiss Army knife for the mind, serving different roles depending on the situation. Problem solving. It's that internal back and forth as we weigh pros and cons or rehearse conversations in our heads. Working memory. When you silently repeat a phone number or mantra, the inner voice acts like a scratch pad, holding thoughts in place until they're no longer needed. Self-control. It's the voice that says, "Don't eat that third slice of cake," or "Stay calm during this argument." Identity builder. The inner voice narrates your life, turning experiences into stories that shape who you are. Yet, just as a river that nurtures life can also flood and destroy, the inner voice has a shadow side. Negative self-talk, or what many refer to as the monkey mind, can spiral into relentless loops of worry, rumination, or self-criticism. If the inner voice is the ever-present narrator, the soul is the quiet wisdom beneath it, the still, expansive presence that whispers truths when we pause long enough to listen. Here's where the distinction becomes clear. The monkey mind is a restless traveler, hopping from thought to thought like a bird flitting between branches. It thrives on low vibrations, feeding on fear, self-doubt, and insecurities. Imagine it as a hyperactive storyteller, spinning tales of catastrophes that haven't happened and critiquing moments that are long past. This chatter stems from the brain's default mode network, DMN, the neural system that activates when we're not focused on the present moment. While the DMN is useful for reflecting on the past and planning for the future, it can become a noisy distraction, pulling us away from clarity and calm. In contrast, the soul, or higher self, is the sage within, radiating wisdom, love, and a sense of purpose. While the monkey mind thrives on chaos, the soul speaks in stillness. It's the gentle nudge urging you to trust your intuition, the calm voice that reassures you when you feel lost. If the monkey mind is like static on a radio, the soul is the clear music that emerges when you tune into the right frequency. Meditation, mindfulness, and self-awareness are tools to quiet the monkey mind and amplify the soul's guidance. Think of your inner voice as a boat navigating a stormy sea. The waves represent the chatter of the monkey mind, restless, overwhelming, and ever-changing. It's easy to get caught up in the waves, believing they're all there is. But beyond the storm, a lighthouse stands, the soul. Its light cuts through the chaos, offering direction and hope. The trick is learning to steer your boat toward that light, trusting that it will guide you home. So how do we move from the monkey mind storm to the soul's calm guidance? Here are a few steps. Meditation. A practice with ancient roots and increasing scientific validation, offers a powerful tool for quieting mental noise. There are two main forms of meditation: focused attention and open monitoring, both supported by research for their effectiveness in calming fear-based thoughts. Focused attention involves concentrating on a single object, typically the breath. When the mind wanders, you gently guide it back to the object of focus. This practice trains attention and cultivates a sense of stillness. Open monitoring or mindfulness meditation. This approach involves observing thoughts non-judgmentally as they arise, acknowledging them without getting carried away. Open monitoring can be more effective in reducing negative thoughts, although focused attention also offers significant benefits. Meditation can deactivate the brain regions associated with mind wandering, known as the default mode network, and even promote structural changes in the brain that support a calmer mind. Mindfulness. Ground yourself in the present. While closely related to meditation, mindfulness can be practiced in everyday moments without formal meditation. Mindfulness can be described as paying attention to the present moment on purpose and non-judgmentally. This involves bringing awareness to your immediate experience, sensations, thoughts, and feelings without judgment or elaboration. Body scan meditation. Bring awareness to different parts of your body, noticing any sensations of tension or ease. This practice can help ground you in the present and release physical stress. By anchoring yourself in the present moment, mindfulness helps detach from the stream of worries and ruminations that often dominate the monkey mind. Engage your senses. Focus on the details of your current activity, whether it's washing dishes, eating a meal, or simply feeling your breath. Notice the sensations, textures, and tastes. Cognitive behavioral therapy is a highly effective approach for addressing negative thought patterns, a key component of the monkey mind. This therapy helps individuals recognize and challenge unhelpful thoughts and replace them with more balanced and realistic perspectives. Identify negative thoughts. Become aware of the recurring negative thoughts that fuel your monkey mind. Pay attention to the language, intensity, and frequency of these thoughts. Challenge their validity. Ask yourself if these thoughts are based on facts or simply assumptions and fears. Are there alternative ways of interpreting the situation? Reframe negative thoughts. Consciously replace negative thoughts with more balanced and supportive ones. Techniques like cognitive diffusion are recommended here, where you rephrase negative thoughts to diminish their power. For example, changing "life is meaningless" to "I'm having the thought that life is meaningless." Cognitive behavioral therapy can lead to lasting changes in thought patterns and behavior, ultimately creating a more positive internal dialogue. Distract yourself strategically. While not a long-term solution, strategic distraction can offer temporary relief from the monkey mind. Engage in activities that absorb your attention and shift focus away from intrusive thoughts. Engaging activities. Activities like coloring, counting, listening to podcasts or audiobooks, reciting mantras, or even running can help redirect your attention.
I'll tell you why, because like in this moment, I'm talking to you. So I'm in this moment, listening to you, responding to you.
Right now you're happy.
I'm distracted. So I am. Because the worst thing for me is quiet time. I don't like nighttime. I don't like when I get into my own head. That's why I like stand-up comedy, because in those moments, you're just in the moment, because you have to be.
Choose wisely. Distraction can be temporary, and the monkey mind may return once the activity ends. Select activities that genuinely engage your mind and provide a sense of focus or enjoyment. Connect with others and practice compassion. We emphasize the power of human connection and self-compassion in managing the monkey mind. Talk it out. Verbalizing your thoughts and worries to a trusted friend or therapist can help you process them and gain a fresh perspective. Talking or writing about your experiences can create a narrative that helps make sense of your internal world. Cultivate self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, especially when struggling with negative thoughts. Practice offering yourself words of encouragement and support as you would to a close friend. Help others. Focusing on something outside yourself, particularly acts of kindness or service, can help quiet the self-absorbed nature of the monkey mind. Shifting your attention to the needs of others can provide a sense of purpose and perspective. Remember, the effectiveness of these strategies can vary from person to person. It's essential to experiment and find the techniques that resonate with you and provide lasting relief from the monkey mind. Additionally, if your struggles with negative thoughts are severe or impacting your daily life, seeking professional guidance from a therapist is highly recommended. The dance between inner voice and soul. The inner voice and the soul are like dance partners, each playing a distinct role. The inner voice reflects your human experiences, helping you navigate the practicalities of life. But the soul? The soul is the choreographer, guiding the dance toward purpose, growth, and alignment with your highest self. To live fully, we must honor both voices, acknowledging the inner voice's chatter while seeking the soul's quiet truths. By learning to differentiate between the two, we create a harmonious dialogue, one that supports our journey toward greater peace, clarity, and self-understanding. So next time your inner voice speaks up, pause and listen. Is it the monkey mind's static or the soul's melody? The answer lies not in silencing the storm, but in finding the light that shines beyond it.